Alright, guys, this is coverage of the DE Round 2 games that took place yesterday, May 17th, 2026. This is the match between Veni Vidi Vici and the MythFits. I don't have the tournament brackets set up right now, but I can say that Veni Vidi Vici was the first seed and MythFits was the fourth seed. So there's three matches: Veni Vidi Vici versus MythFits, 4C against Malls, and then the elimination match, Treasure Island against Avon's Grove. So I hope to cover all three of these matches in subsequent videos. But today we're going to start off with MythFits, and let's just call them 3V so I don't have to butcher Italian every time I say it. And this is King of the Map when Trow comes around. So I don't know if this was requested or if this is standard, but it's 4-minute planning time, so I'm going to have to find something to talk about for 4 minutes before every game starts, it seems. But for the MythFits, we have Sanglane, Goalsbane, John God, Legacy Typhoon, Wolf 3, Sirduth, Agrajag, and Grenade. For Team 3V, we have Asmodian, Rat King, Arsenic, Dak, Giant Killer General, and Merc. It's interesting to see Arsenic. I didn't know Ars actually played Myth. He seems to me more like a Battlefield kind of guy, but we'll see what he's all about. Obviously the first thing to note is that it's 8 versus 6, so it'll be interesting. There's a lot of veterans on Team Asmodian, but a lot of that, perhaps skill advantage can be negated by just raw numbers. And, there are several exploits when you have a player advantage, and we'll see if the MythFits can utilize those advantages, especially, in a game type like King of the Map, where, you need to keep sort of scrolling around, looking at all the various flags. This is the game type to maximize the player advantage. And so, again, even though some may argue that 3V is a stacked team or whatever, I think the player numbers, if used well, can really benefit MythFits to make it, less of a imbalanced match. Let's see how the distribution is right now. So we see Agrajag with 2 Trow, Goalsbane with a Trow, John God, Sirduth on the Solus, and then some RD and melee packs, presumably, for everybody else. For 3V, we've got Asmodian, Giant Killer General. Okay, so it's a 2-1 split, and then, let's see, 3V opting for Malls instead of Solus, and so we'll see how that turns out. Malls obviously are very good at absorbing tons of damage. You can get a lot of push with Malls, and they are better for gaining ground than I think Solus. I think a lot of this game will really depend on, can this horde of Solus, there's 16 of them, that's actually quite a lot in my opinion, but can these Solus get into position to throw at these Trow? And if they can, then I think that things actually tilt in the way of the MythFits. However, this is a, sort of a speed squad, obviously the slowest units are the mortars, but like this unit set is really meant to spread across the map in a very quick manner, whereas this is almost more of a flag rally setup than a king of the map setup.
Game on.
I definitely like this unit trade better, maybe with a little more artillery, but for the flag rally game type, having so many points in the soulless in a king of the map, I'm not so sure about that, and I'd rather have some some units that can guard flags and accrue time. We see here, we see the Trow. We see the Trow, all three of them going north, whereas
Flag captured.
we see Giant Killer General going south with two Trow, Asmodian going middle with one. And so this is very unconventional here. All Trow north. Oh, except, okay, so Agrajag now is going through the middle area. And a whole bunch of Zerks. A whole bunch of Zerks going middle. And not really any kind of presence whatsoever to the south. So actually, this is where, unfortunately, I think the MythFits are really not playing to their numbers advantage. However, they could be making a move here on Asmodian. Oh, they're backing off. Or actually, I think if they just backed off and waited for Goldsbane, they could have triangulated on all these guys. Yeah, I think the decision to pull back, I don't know about that. I mean, obviously Giant Killer General coming from the south, but I think the 3 Trow versus 1 Trow, they could have wiped out all this stuff.
Flag captured. Flag lost.
See some soulless. Yeah, and I don't know. In this game type, it's really just too difficult for them to maneuver.
Lost.
Now we see Rat King holding down the middle.
Captured. Flag lost.
And there appears to be somewhat of a stalemate here. We have some idle soulless. That's not what you want to see. And Goldsbane is not doing much. He's getting kicked in full retreat mode, it seems.
Flag lost.
Meanwhile, we have a fight here brewing between Agrajag, Giant Killer General.
Flag captured.
These soulless actually need to be going south.
Captured.
Oh, unfortunate dud there for Dak. Yeah, the Trow, the soulless are generally used to deter Trow, and so I think these Sir Judith soulless need to reroute and help out in this southern area. I'm not sure what happened to Goldsbane. It looks like Goldsbane lost all of his soldiers and he's making a run for it. Meanwhile, the north has been lost for the MythFits.
Captured. Flag lost.
Grenade wisely perching himself on this hill. But now I think he isn't going to be able to... Yeah, see how all of this army is moving against this ridge. The souls really had to be in position. They could have really kind of put the squeeze. Okay, I don't know what that shot was. Yeah, I'm not liking the soulless here.
Flag contested. Flag captured.
And Grenade's mortar is really... he needs to link up with everyone else.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested.
Oh, another unfortunate dud there for Merc. I mean, honestly, I think they could just rush this. I don't know.
Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag contested.
Yeah, like Legacy
Flag
Typhoon.
contested.
Yeah, they got separated.
Flag
Now
captured.
they're gonna lose all
Flag
these guys.
lost.
And then now there's all these melee, Yeah, I don't know what happened. There were 3 groups of guys, and then they all just kind of one by one fell apart. I think if they attacked together, they actually could have mounted somewhat of a counterattack. But instead,
Flag
we
lost.
have Giant Killer General just kind of
Flag
running all over
contested.
the place in the
Flag
south.
captured. Flag contested. Flag captured.
And now we have the Trow on the run. I'm not sure what happened to Goldsbane. Okay, so Goldsbane's Trow is probably a couple hits from dying.
Flag
He's just
lost.
going for time, it looks like.
Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. 5 minutes remaining. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag captured.
Looks like these guys are going to get
Flag
hunted
lost.
down.
Flag captured.
And at this point, even
Flag
though the
contested.
MythFits only have 50%, it feels like
Flag captured.
it's just kind of mop-up duty at this point. Again, even though they still have well, okay, maybe they lost the Trow,
Flag lost.
but
Flag captured.
yeah, I mean 40% left, but it does feel like mop-up duty at this point.
Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured.
Oh, another. I've captured
Flag lost.
quite a few duds from this
Flag
specific Dwarven mortar,
Flag
so
captured.
Haddings is not
Flag
having a good day
contested.
out on the battlefield.
Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost.
And it looks like Grenade
Flag
is just
contested.
gonna slowly
Flag
get
lost.
kicked here.
Flag captured.
Okay, there he's gonna
Flag
go for it.
lost.
Try and do as much damage as he can.
Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested.
Oh, you can kick that Mercridia.
Flag captured.
I think Goldsbane could have killed the
Flag
Merc,
captured. Flag lost.
and then maybe the Merc will
Flag
attack.
contested.
could have attacked one of those
Flag
malls, who knows.
captured. Flag contested. Flag contested.
But yeah, I mean, at this point,
Flag
I
captured.
really do think it's
Flag lost.
just sort of mop-up duty, and the souls they're a little too slow to spread out and start tagging flags, and so I think they're gonna have a hard time getting off these ledges
Flag
here.
captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag contested. 1 minute remaining. Flag contested. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. 30 seconds remaining. Flag contested.
Some nice bobbing and weaving there from Merc, dodging all these soulless spears.
Flag captured.
Oh, and as I say
Flag
that, he is going to get speared, I think by John God,
Flag contested.
but he is going to kill John God's two soulless as revenge. But yeah, this
Flag
is over.
captured.
Here we go. Yeah, so that was an interesting game one. Sets the tone. Yeah, I mean, I really am questioning the soulless trade by the MythFits because, you know, again, I think soulless are very good in the flag rally game type or, you know, but King of the Map is probably one of the few game types where soulless really just don't really work for me because they're slow and you know, the places where they really have advantage, which are these ridges, you know, there aren't really that many flags. There's only 2 flags really where they can exert pressure, and so I think they have limited use. So I definitely liked the unit trade better for 3V, but also it seemed like the MythFits played a little too passive. I feel that if Agrajag waited another 10 or 15 seconds while Goulsbane was making his way down with his Trow, it was 3 Trow on 1, plus all the melee packs. You know, both Trow had melee pack, but they could have completely taken Asmodian out of the game if they just rushed him. Of course, Giant Killer General was coming in from the south, and so there might have been a lot of casualties on this side, but you know, that was a potential area where they could have changed the game. And then later on, when there was sort of a stalemate in the middle, we saw the Sir Dudith soulless really just not really implementing any kind of offense. He was just kind of cruising around in the middle area when I think he should have been moving over here trying to seal off this passageway. And then things really fell apart when there were 3 groups of guys. I think it was Agrajag with his Trow, Grenade over here, and I think Legacy Typhoon maybe. There must have been some lapse in communication because they seem to have gotten out of sync, and then Giant Killer General was able to just kick Legacy Typhoon, I think, and then like that was pretty much it. Then this whole defense collapsed because they were a bit out of sync, I think, because from a percentage basis they were pretty equal, but yeah, I mean, communication was key in that spot, and they just got a bit divided, and then that was it. And then once that collapsed, the game was pretty much over. But
Lost.
you know,
Game
you're going up
over.
against a lot of veterans, and you got to give the MythFits some credit for keeping it somewhat close still. All right, so moving on. This is game number 2. Capture the flag. What could have been. This is basically a John God conversion of Dead Man's Chest. He made variants of all the basic maps just to put a 21st century spin on things. And for the last, I think, 2 Myth World Cups, we've seen these John God variant maps. But yeah, here we go. This is it. Dead Man's Chest. Now, unlike King of the Map, where I think the 8-player advantage is at its greatest, Capture the Flag, I would say, is probably a game type where the 2-player advantage is somewhat minimized, perhaps only outdone by Last Man on the Hill or something like that. But yeah, I mean, it's really going to be more of an issue of where are the flanks going, who's going middle, and how to counter what will likely be aggression out of Asmodian's team. How do you counter the aggression? And there's either 2 ways. You either get more aggressive than the aggressor, or you just kind of turtle up and hope for the best. I hope that the MythFits do the former and not the latter, but we'll see. Anyway, looking at these unit trades, we see a lot of melee, sort of minimal archers, and like a gold pack. Nothing too crazy. I'm guessing that the Thrall are just going to make a Thrall wall kind of deal. Archers are going to go middle. Warriors are going to go middle. Maybe on the or actually, I think maybe the Warriors will go on the lines. Not really sure here. And then the gold pack might do some kind of funky deep flank. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, this is a pretty standard Asmodian-esque trade, and we'll see what happens. On the other hand, we see a very, very similar trade. However, instead of the 6 archers, 4 archers, yes, instead of the 6 archers, we see a couple of dwarves, and it looks like an extra J-man. So the dual J-man making Renwood proud out there, even though I think you can get 3 J-men, so that would have really sent Renwood over the top. It doesn't look like they maxed warriors. I think this is a mistake, unless I'm counting wrong. Maybe 15 is the max. I'm not sure. No, it looks like you can get 16. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not some sort of mistake that sends them down the path of no return, but I think maxing warriors is definitely a no-brainer here. But other than that, I mean, it's really just a matter of 2 dwarves and a J-man versus 6 archers being the main difference, and maybe plus or minus a couple of goals or whatever, but yeah. And then, okay, so one thing I don't really like is how they're healing the whites basically on the flag. Yeah, I would have liked it if the whites kind of walked off a little bit. Again, just me being a nitpick because I don't have much else to talk about. But yeah, I mean it looks like we're getting warriors middle. We see a Sir Judith and Goldsbane flank with Thrall and warriors. We have a lot of Thrall here on defense. You know, usually I would just put anywhere between 5 and 10 Thrall on the flag. But it looks like they have closer to 20 Thrall on the flag. And this, I think, is kind of a waste of unit trading points. There's just, yeah, I mean, we got 2 groups of warriors, some Thrall, and it looks like the dwarves are on defense too. Like, yeah, so it seems like what I was talking about earlier, strategy 1, out-aggress the aggressors, is not going to happen. It seems like we are getting option 2, which is the turtle strategy. We see all these unit trading points on defense, and I think Team 3V is just going to steamroll whatever this is. Yeah, I mean, they have no chance. Now, what is kind of interesting was we have this deep Wolf 3 goal pack here that has gone undetected, and it doesn't look like Team Asmodian is going to be able to scout this. So if Wolf 3 keeps going around the deep flank, you know, nice job there from Sir Judith for sort of pulling Merc's units out of the visibility range of this goal pack. But yeah, I mean, okay, now it looks like Goldsbane is running his goals to the Wolf 3. I don't like this because it's actually drawing attention to this, what I thought was meant to be an undercover flank. But it looks like Asmodian is going to scout the deep flanks, and he probably will. I think he probably can see this goal pack now. So I think the sneak attack may be busted. The main story now is, can 3V surround the MythFits? And again, you know, there was really no kind of offense that could have been mounted on this middle force, just because there weren't enough guys. And you know, this Sir Judith group of units, they have to back up. Yeah, I mean, I think the only way this can turn out in favor of the MythFits is if this is a goal bomb somehow, and they can just blow a hole, killing like 4 of the 8 Thrall here. That is the only way I think that they can win. Nice Thrall here from Goldsbane. It might be able to kill some of these archers.
Contested.
All right, let's see it. Are we going to get a goal bomb? Okay, Asmodian a little too smart. I think he saw it. And okay, yeah, they just blew themselves up. Yeah, I mean, pus is a volatile substance. Okay, yeah, that did not work, unfortunately. And so now we see the MythFits, despite the percentages only being 5% off, they are surrounded Goldsbane, I think he has an opportunity to surprise these archers. Giant Killer General getting out tacticked here. And I think, okay, yes, Agrajag and Sir Judith need to rush Giant Killer General right now.
Contested.
Well, these bows are on the run. Oh, big explosions. Nice puss there from, who was that? Merc. Nice puss there from Merc. Oh no!
Flag contested.
Sir Judith is backing up. What is he? Oh no.
Flag contested.
Okay, well, they did neutralize a bunch of the archers. I feel like they should have won that, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was some pus that changed the tide of the battle. I don't know. Seems to be at a stalemate here.
Flag contested.
We're even in percents. I'm not sure what these guys are doing. They're just kind of trying to small pus and do that sort of game. I don't think it's gonna do anything over the long run. See Grenade running for his life with this.
Flag contested. Flag contested.
Oh, that's an unfortunate dud.
Flag contested.
Yeah, I think if that dwarf lived, might have been able to do something.
Flag contested.
But yeah, these archers harassing the warriors. And now it looks like we see a battle going on. Legacy Typhoon running away from the fighting. I don't know what he's doing.
Contested.
Yeah, I think they just need to go after these thrall here.
Flag contested.
Legacy Typhoon keeps running away. I don't know what he's doing.
Flag
Oh,
contested.
what? Arsenic pussing himself, it looked like. But a good puss there, maybe from Rat King, I'm not sure. But yeah, I think the MythFits should win this fight, unless
Flag
something is weird. Maybe they're getting out microed, I'm not really sure. But yeah, great job there.
contested.
Great job there from Legacy Typhoon, John God, Sang Lane.
5 minutes remaining.
Very effectively destroying Arsenic. These bows are really going to be a pain in the butt, I think, because they're just dumping arrows on these warriors. The Journeyman does have 6 roots, and I would consider healing these 3 warriors. Yeah, Grenade really needs to consider healing. Well, oh, are they just rushing? What's going on here?
Flag contested.
Yeah, Grenade needs to heal some of these warriors, or else they're just going to start dying en masse. And it looks like the MythFits, they're trying to play for a tie. Again, I think if they healed these warriors and then just rushed, there might be some kind of miracle. Put these unhealthy thrall on the flag, rush with the healthy thrall and the warriors, heal the warriors. There might be a chance. I mean, it's not looking good, but it's still possible. But they need to do something, because as it stands, these archers are just going to town.
Flag contested. Flag contested.
Nice pus there. I think Dak threw one pus and it froze two guys.
Flag contested.
It's very, very rare when you get that double pus, because it bounces off a guy and then pusses the next
Flag
guy.
contested.
So nice job there from Dak. Oh, a knife there from Giant Killer General.
Flag contested.
Stabbing a guy. John God. Oh, so maybe it was John God who had the journeyman. I don't know what was going on. But yeah,
Flag
I think John God should have been using those heals a long time ago. And can they hold off for a minute and a half? Can these Thrall win? Doesn't look like it, unfortunately.
Flag
And
lost.
that'll do it. But I mean, this was a very close game, actually, and I think that there were several things to point out. I mean, you know, Wolf 3, nice try with the goal bomb. Unfortunately, I mean, the way I always do it is, if they have a satchel, then I'll just change the name to satchel, change the name of the goal to satchel, and then if their name isn't satchel, then that means they have a pus, and then so then you know which goals have what, and then stuff like blowing yourself up should theoretically not happen. But you know, I thought the goal pack satchel pus attempt was pretty cool. Unfortunately, it didn't work, but you know, the attempt was pretty cool. And then these Goldsbane Thrall that were hidden in this pool, very, very effective. And I don't know how exactly they lost to this melee fight. It seemed like they had more units. Maybe they just got out microed, or maybe it was a pus that changed the tide. But I think that you know, they did mount a pretty good offense in this area, and then they actually won the battle over here against ours, and maybe Rat King, I'm not sure, but great job from the players in the north. And I feel that this was actually a pretty close game, and there were some unfortunate, you know, the grenade dud over here. I mean, you know, that's just part of the game, right? But stuff like that, and then you know, these two Giant Killer General archers just dealing out tons of arrows. I feel that Journeyman actually, if he had healed those 6 warriors, and then if they just rushed this group here, they might have actually pulled this out. I mean, it's still, that's a lot of thrall. But the key thing was really they had to heal some of these warriors, and they should have maxed them. They should have maxed the warriors at the beginning. But no, I think this was still a very, very great effort from the MythFits. They have nothing to be ashamed of, because it was actually a pretty close game there. All right, moving on. This is Assassin on Arcane Haven. And so, if you're uninitiated, the assassin targets are these 3 statues. And I don't know how well my voice is going to come through with this this music in the background, but it's just one of those parts of the map that you have to deal with. Maybe I'll just wait until the music's over. So that was the music. So yeah, quite a stark contrast in the unit trade here. We have fetch here, we only have 3 fetch, and it looks like 1 Heron Guard hero, and instead they opted for the maximum mauls trade. I'm not sure if they're going to send the mauls on the flanks or on the middle, but I actually do like, I like this trade, because the 3 fetch is really all you need to like hold this choke point for a while, and then if there's like 6 fetch coming at you, then you can just kind of back up and whatever. But instead of having 6 more fetch, which is 36 extra unit trading points, you can get a lot more melee units which can shoot one of these gaps and then make their way to the targets. So I actually do like this trade. Now I'm not sure about not maximizing the Heron Guard heroes. So while I do agree with the lower amount of fetch, I mean, I feel like the Heron Guard hero is pretty much always a maximum or a 100% maximize unit, just like a Trow. But we'll see. Meanwhile, we have a very different unit trade here. We have the max Heron Guards, max fetch, 2 mauls by comparison, and so we have Sir Judith, Goulsbane, and Grenade with the fetch.
On.
And then I assume a various 3-prong. And it looks like, based on these unit trades, Team 3V is going to be outnumbering the MythFits everywhere except perhaps the middle, because the middle will have, it looks like, all 9 fetch, and so yeah, I mean, it looks like, I don't know, 60-70% of the unit trading points are going middle, and I have a feeling that Asmodian may have predicted this, which is why, I mean, this is probably only like 20%, so I think Asmodian may have had the foresight to assume that they were going to go all in on, or MythFits were going to go all in on middle, and devised a counter strategy where he has the superior numbers on the sides via all of the malls that he traded for. And yeah, it looks like, you know, it looks like Sanglain is really outnumbered here. I think, who is this? Giant Killer General and Merc. They're just going to be able to run all the way over here and kill this target. There's not much that can be done. Meanwhile, yeah, these fetch, I mean, as long as Asmodian doesn't do anything crazy and like rushes these guys, you know, Asmodian is really just kind of dancing and shaking his butt, drawing all of the tension to himself, while everyone else just kind of does their thing, and instead of breaking off, they really are just fixated on Asmo. Don't ask me why, but yeah, I mean, all these guys really should be breaking off to go after these targets here. And I think, oh, these guys are out of position. It looks like they just allowed Rat King to make a beeline for this target. This target's already dead. And yeah, I mean, these guys need to start going for the targets. Okay, so Asmo, he's probably going over here to play defense. He's assuming that these two are probably going to die. We see a nice melee fight. Oh, no, he backed off. Oh. Sanglain backed off at the last second, and I think that was all the difference. And now I think he's going to get sliced. Heron Guard here is going to go down. Yeah, I think Sanglain, he might have hesitated at the last second there, and it cost him. Now it's game over.
Eliminated.
But yeah, this was a very quick game, and wow. I think the MVP of that game was Asmodian. I mean, he knew that they were probably going to max fetch. They were going to go heavy middle, and so Asmodian, he got a comparatively light force, and just like a nice tomahawk steak or something, just sort of put himself out there, drew attention to himself, you know, drawed the enemy in to the point where they couldn't really play the game type, and it allowed the two side armies to just steamroll, and so I mean, that it was really just kind of a nice example of thinking one level above your opponent. All right, and this is game number 4. Territories, Pitiful Aftermath, V3, 3V, whatever you want to call them. they have won the match, so technically these games don't really count for anything, but I'm hoping that the MythFits can pull out at least one of these games. Territories. Now, again, this is a game type where the two-player advantage that the MythFits has should be maximized on this map. And you know, there's 20-something flags, I think. You know, Team V3, they need to look at 20 different flags amongst 6 players, which is a lot more work than looking at 20 flags amongst 8 players. And so, you know, especially as the game draws to a close, I would expect that the MythFits should have an advantage. You know, my strategy would be to sort of not die and try and survive as long as you can until the end game, and then use that player advantage. Now, of course, again, I think that Team V3 realizes that they're down 2 players, and so they probably want to get a little more aggressive. And I would like to see the MythFits get a little more aggressive. You know, I mean, they chose to turtle in that capture the flag game, even though they did end up having some great counterattacks, and so they were aggressive when they needed to be. But I would really like to see them be aggressive, not just when they have to be aggressive, when they have to counterattack, but I would want them to be the ones to sort of dictate the battle and to be the aggressor. And if that does materialize, it doesn't matter, in a sense, you know, how much experience the other team has. Like, it really is going to put them at somewhat of a disadvantage. Whereas if you let Team V3 dictate the terms, dictate the pace of the game, then it's really an uphill battle, I think. But all right, so we see all melee, 2 J-men, 12 goals, and for Team MythFits, we have 1 journeyman, we have a dwarf, perhaps Wolf 3 is thinking bottle pus. Maybe he wants to redeem himself from that goal bomb from what was it, game number 2, the capture the flag game. It doesn't look like the MythFits maxed the Stygian Knights. Could they only get 8? Yeah, so you can get 16 Stygian Knights, and they opted for 8, and instead got a bunch of Thrall. So I don't know about that strategy. Now, it just so happens that Team 3V, they don't have any dwarves, and so, you know, the one major weakness of Thrall is dwarves, and the fact that V3 doesn't have any is sort of a fortuitous coincidence for the MythFits. So we'll see if they maximize the utility of the Thrall, but I still am not so sure about not maxing the Stygian Knights, because they're just so powerful, especially when they vet up. But yeah, I mean, 12 goals. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, this is really just going to come down to pus, I think. Pus, and can the MythFits play these Thrall well? And it looks like maybe Sanglane is opting to sink a white. Whereas Asmo going for the 6 heals.
Flag captured.
Did they do 3 each? Yes, okay. So each journeyman's got 3. And yeah, I mean, it just it seems
Flag
like
captured.
middle force,
Captured.
go ways kind of deal. Almost a disaster
Flag
there.
captured.
But yeah, we are getting a
Flag captured.
Legacy Typhoon, Grenade, Bottle Puss. At this point, I would really
Flag
like to see the
captured.
Bottle Puss try and kill some of the Stygian Knights, because these, this is
Flag
really where,
captured.
this is one of the
Flag
maps where the
captured.
Stygian Knights really shine,
Flag
and the fact that
captured.
they only got 8
Flag
instead of the full
captured.
16,
Flag
plus
captured.
couple that with the fact that the Stygian Knights are somewhat weak against explosions. I would be targeting the Stygian Knights, or I mean just melee packs in
Flag
general,
captured.
with the Bottle
Flag
Puss.
captured.
But
Flag
we'll
captured.
see what happens. Legacy Typhoon,
Flag
it looks like he's going to have an opportunity. Grenade, I'm not sure where his goals are, but Legacy Typhoon, let's see who. Oh, I don't know what he's doing.
Flag captured.
Okay, so maybe he's not ready for the Bottle Puss.
Flag captured.
But yeah, see you see how Merc just kind of pokes a little bit, and then Agrajag kind of immediately backs off, despite all of these units here. Like, Merc is still kind of intimidating everybody, despite being outnumbered, and that's something that you don't
Flag
really want to see.
captured. Flag captured.
I don't know why they don't just rush him. I want to see this Legacy Typhoon Bottle Puss.
Flag contested.
Oh, we see a Puss. It looks like, who is this, John God? He might lose some guys. He's going to lose a guy.
Flag contested.
So, I mean, actually,
Flag lost.
we only lost one soldier.
Flag captured.
And they used one Puss on that, so that's actually a okay trade-off, I would say, especially
Flag
because they have so many
lost.
melee units. And I'm not sure when we're going to see this Bottle Puss. I think Team V3 is realizing that these Thrall are going to be kind of a pain, so they're actually using their maneuverability advantage to
Flag captured.
actually out-rotate these Thrall. And now it
Flag
looks like they might be trying to surround the north here. So great adjusting from Team V3, because now all these Thrall are basically out of the game, and everybody is converging on Agrajag
Flag
and Sir
lost.
Dudith and Sanglain. These guys
Flag
are going to be
captured.
surrounded momentarily, and there's not much that can be done to rescue them because there's so many of these Thrall. And it doesn't look like the Bottle Puss is going to...
Flag lost.
I would have liked to have seen a rotation from these goals to try and help out
Flag contested.
their
Flag
teammates.
Flag lost.
But yeah,
Flag
Agrajag,
lost.
he is completely surrounded, and I think he's going to lose a lot, if not all of his soul. Oh, double Puss, triple Puss. I think that
Flag
deck
captured.
third Puss was a mistake, but it might have been an auto throw, I'm not sure, but
Flag contested.
yeah. Agrajag getting pussed to oblivion. Sir Dudith, I think, got pussed pretty bad as
Flag
well.
captured.
Grenade through the pus before the bottle. Again, he decided to name his guy Captain Cunfucker and Sergeant Booty instead of Bottle and Puss.
Flag captured.
Might have helped him out. And the north has just been completely wiped out. Great rotation there from V3. And they are going to jump out to a pretty solid lead. However, there is still a lot of these Thrall to contend
Flag
with.
captured.
So I feel that the MythFits, they're down, but definitely not out. You know, there's a Dwarf. and
Flag lost.
you know, as the
Flag
time
lost.
starts to ebb away, the less
Flag lost.
having fast
Flag
units really
contested.
matters, and the more having Thrall is an advantage. The Dwarf is going to go down.
Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag
Looks like we missed a
captured.
pus bomb.
Flag lost. Flag contested.
Pus bomb attempt, but all these guys are going to get wiped out, it looks like.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured.
Oh, wow, that...
Flag contested.
I don't know how that...
Flag lost.
I don't know how that bomb got
Flag
set off,
contested.
but it looks like Giant Killer General and Arsenic might have blown themselves up. I don't know how it exploded, to be honest.
Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested.
But yeah, it looks like Team V3 has a
lost.
2-to-1 advantage
Flag
almost.
captured.
And these Thrall really need to
Flag
start, I think,
contested.
spreading out maybe.
Flag captured.
You know, this is one of those game types where
Flag captured.
throwing small pus and freezing
Flag captured.
idle
Flag contested.
Thrall or warriors or whatever, and
Flag lost.
hacking them up with your goal
Flag contested.
can actually shift the trajectory of the game.
Flag captured. Flag lost.
But
Flag captured. Flag contested.
most of the goals look like they're traveling in packs here. I think maybe we have a Legacy Typhoon goal bomb, the bomb that never happened.
Flag lost.
They are both carrying something,
Flag
but
captured. Flag
as this
captured.
game drags on, the
Flag
pus bomb
captured.
targets really
Flag
decrease. Oh, there we go. Oh, and it looks like he pretty much pussed himself.
Flag captured.
That Stygian Knight is
Flag
going to town.
contested. 1 minute remaining. Flag
And those
captured.
vets, those Rat King veterans,
Flag
unfortunately, are
lost.
going to go down. I think
Flag
Rat King might have
contested.
gotten a little too bloodthirsty,
Flag captured.
or he might have been looking somewhere else. I don't know.
Flag captured.
But yeah, I mean, it looks like
Flag lost.
looks like
contested.
Team V3 really
Flag
has this one
contested. Flag
in the
captured.
bag.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I mean,
Flag lost. Flag
I don't think there's much that the MythFits can do at this point.
Contested. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag captured. Sudden death. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag contested.
And I think
Flag
that should just
contested.
about do it.
Flag lost. Flag captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag lost. Flag contested. Flag contested. Flag captured.
These warriors are all vetted up. They're just going to town here.
Flag captured.
Alright,
Flag
I
lost.
think that'll do it.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Game
Okay,
over.
that'll do it. So yeah, I mean, I think it was a really great rotation from Asmodian's team to sort of surround the Northern Army, and I'm not so sure about the max thrall. Like again, I think if it was like capture the flag or something like that, then I think the max thrall strategy could have been a lot more effective. But in a game like Territories, where you know, you can just sort of outmaneuver with the faster units, all of those thrall points were really just kind of completely ineffective, and it sort of, you know, the fast and maneuverable was the way to go, because it allowed Team V3 to just completely surround Sir Judith and Agrajag, and they just got mercilessly pussed and then hacked to pieces, and that was pretty much it from the get-go. So I would have liked to have seen a puss bomb, but yeah, unfortunately it wasn't meant to be. And this is the last game, game number 5, Poison Holiday Flag Rally. So these games usually happen, or they usually end pretty quickly. We see a very, very max Zerk unit trade here. Giant Killer General with 2 Trow, Asmodian 1 Trow, just like what we saw in the first game. Melee packs, fetch, etc. 1 mortar. For Team MythFits, we see, it looks like an identical trade almost. There is a white, I'm not sure. Yeah, Team 3V did not get a white, and so I think that's really, you know, he opted for 1 white instead of a Zerk, and I think that is really the only difference between these trades. So pretty impossible to say that I like one more than the other. Whites can, you know, if you can sync them, they can change the complexion of a game. And we are seeing a V. I assume that Giant Killer General is going to go to flag 4, probably with a fetch pack, Merc perhaps as backup. Asmodian's going to go to flag number 5, and presumably with a Arsenic backup, and probably not much middle presence, I guess, based off the drawings on the map. Yeah, we'll see. As for the Trow, on this side we see Agrajag, Wolf 3, and Agrajag. Yeah, again, just nitpicking. I would, if you're going to give the Trow to, or give 2 Trow to 1 guy, it should be the Trow next to each other. But again, that's just nitpicky stuff. But yeah, I mean, I saw Sing Lane drawing a huge amount of circles on flag number 4, so I guess a large portion of their army is going to go that direction. But that's the only thing I could really tell from the drawings on the map. Doesn't seem like there's going to be much middle presence, and it's understandable since the flags are sort of on the side. It would be interesting to make a variant of this map where there is a middle flag, but that isn't the case this time. On fetch, we have Sir Judith and Sanglane, grenade on mortar.
Howdy, Overdose.
Oh, hey, what's going on?
Hey, not too much. How you doing?
Doing all right. I'm just covering this last game between V3 and the MythFits.
Yeah, saw it underway and figured I was gonna watch. Might as well say hi while I'm at it.
Yeah, thanks for hopping on.
Yeah. How's the series been going?
It's been going well. I mean, the Team V3, they're a lot of powerhouse players on that team, despite being outnumbered by 2 players. And so, it's hard to beat them. So they're up 4-0 right now. But I'm just hoping that the MythFits can pull out a game here.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you look at the names on V3 and you've got a pretty good idea of how the series is gonna go. But I'm with you. Hopefully, Team Mythfits can get at least one. I mean, despite TI wanting to beat him real bad on Saturday, I'm definitely hoping the best for him.
Flag
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to these meetings between MythFits and TI because they always seem to come down to the wire.
Flag captured.
Yeah,
Flag.
that's a good point. We
captured.
can be pretty sure it's going to be close on Saturday, right?
Flag.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. All right, so let's cover this game really quick. We have 2 Trow for the MythFits on flag number 5, and so there's not much that can be done. However, there's 2 Trow on the western side. Giant Killer General, I think he is going for this northern flag. Will he get there, or will he get pinched? Oh, I think if Sir Judith kept running, he might have been able to cut them off. But he also needs to protect the fetch. And the fetch should be blasting. I'm not sure. Okay, there we go.
Interesting you chose the Merc to shoot at. Do you think the Berserks were just out of range?
I'm not sure, but now he is blasting himself. I think he's shooting the Trow, actually. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
yeah,
it gets hard once there's, 2 melee forces fighting each other, right?
Yeah, and I think there might have been some miscommunication or something, because I think they could have held this choke point, but now they're dead, so yeah. But
Yeah.
Flag
that,
captured.
such is the nature of flag rally. We see, yeah, I don't know. I think they could have attacked this. I mean, the Trow need to go first to absorb some of this fetch damage, but now
Flag
Asmodian is
captured.
coming in to reinforce, and it looks like these 2 Trow might actually get cornered here.
That's flag 8, right?
This is flag 8, yes.
Flag
Yeah.
captured.
So I suspect Mythfits didn't fight it because they've tagged 8. They probably wanted to run off and head to a different flag instead.
Yeah, but I think they're getting kind of surrounded now, so
Yeah.
yeah, and so, okay, so Team V3, they just need flag number 3. Now, I don't know where exactly. Okay, so it's this flag over here, and they are probably about 30 seconds away from tagging the flag. There are no MythFits units that can contest the flag, so I think it's pretty much just going to come down to this. We got 7 Zerks and 2 Moles against 2 Trow, a whole bunch of Mercridia and some Zerks. It's not looking good. And are they going to run off? No, okay. But yeah, I mean, this should be
Flag
it. There we
captured.
go. All right, so yeah, I mean, that was kind of a fast and furious game. These flag rally games can be very quick, like that.
Game over.
Any commentary?
Not too much, From what I saw, Mythfits did have a good showing, so they should be kind of proud of that, I think. Looking forward to playing them this Saturday. Looking forward to watching the rest of the videos, so I know what happened in the other ones too.
Yeah, I'll be putting them up. Who was you faced Avon's Grove? Is that
That's
who?
right. Yeah, we
Oh,
faced Avon's
okay.
Grove this past weekend.
Nice. Yeah. Are you going to be around later? I'd like to do that video as well, but
Sure.
not
Yeah,
so much now.
I don't
I
have
got to
plans
get
to
in the
do it. We can
kitchen
make it
right now,
happen.
start working on dinner, but maybe sometime later tonight I'll send you a message.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right.
Be fun
Cool.
to share my thoughts about that match on the fly.
Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll talk to you later then.
All right.
Cool.
Talk to you soon, sir.
Yeah. See ya.